Hello everyone and welcome. So today guys, I'm here with the final update on the upcoming Everchosen Invitational. So for any of you guys who missed the previous announcement, this Saturday, May 19th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Italian Spartacus and I are going to be hosting a competitive 8-man tournament in Total War Warhammer 2. And for any of you guys who don't know me, my name is Turin and I currently run a Total War Warhammer 2 competitive channel. So I have a multitude of different game types. I play competitive 1v1s, 2v2s. We've hosted a multitude of tournaments, mostly on a smaller level with 3 to 4 players. So this is actually going to be the biggest tournament we've hosted on the channel. So look forward to seeing you guys this weekend and hopefully on the channel as well. So now I would like to introduce you to my co-host, Italian Spartacus.
Hello everyone, and if you guys don't know me, I also do the whole Total War Warhammer 2 YouTube arena as well. In fact, everything Warhammer for the most part. Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer Fantasy, any lore that is attached to both of those games, as well as lore that kind of sinks well into Total War Warhammer 2, but don't let that fool you. I somewhat know what I'm talking about when it comes to competitive multiplayer, and I do the occasional live cast and battle cast, as well as streams of that content as well, but pretty much everything under the sun as it pertains to Warhammer. Now that we've talked a little bit about both of our channels, let's go into how everything's going to be run and what that tournament structure looks like. So let's toss things on over to Turin here, who's going to go over how that overall structure and how the tournament's going to be run.
Absolutely, and like I said before, it's going to be an 8-man tournament, and it's going to be an elimination format. So with those 8 players, we're going to have 4 groups. Each of those groups is going to play an initial round, a semifinal, and then a final. And there's also going to be a match for 3rd place. So in the initial rounds, each of those partners who are going to be playing are going to play a best of 3. They'll then move on to the semifinals and then the finals. So the only round in the tournament that will be a best of 5 is going to be the finals, and the 3rd place match is also going to be a best of 3. So players are going to be declaring their races beforehand to the moderators. So that's going to be nice because we're going to avoid counterpicking and things like that, which is something that has always been a bit of an issue with multiplayer. So what we're going to have is for example, if Dob plays is playing Lore Master of Sotek, he's going to be sending over the 3 races he wants to play against Sotek. Sotek will do the same thing. And that's going to make for some interesting matchups in which you normally don't see. For example, someone may pick, Wood Elves, and the other person may counterpick into something that's very hard for the Wood Elves. But in this situation, what you pick is what you're going to get. So that's going to remove a lot of the stance dancing, as we call it. And I definitely think it's going to be quite a bit of fun.
So now that we've talked about both of our channels, let's talk about the overall structure of how this tournament is going to be run. Turin, would you like to kind of go over that with all of us?
Absolutely. So like I said before, it's going to be an 8-man tournament, and it's going to be an elimination bracket. So there's going to be 4 groups initially, each of which is going to have 2 players, and those groups are going to play best of 3s, then move on to the semifinals, where they will again play best of 3s, and the finals will be a best of 5. And of course, the 2 individuals who do not win the semifinals will move on to a 3rd place match. So there's going to be a lot of gameplay. And yeah, if all these games go to like 3 or 5 games, this is going to be a long, fun event, just a truly wild day. On top of that, we've picked a multitude of diverse maps. So we have maps like the Outskirts, which have a combination of open field and terrain and line of sight blockers and things like that to really encourage diversified gameplay. On top of that, we have picked some open field maps like the Iron Sand Desert and the Plains of the Dead and Troll Country. We just really want to have it, be diverse. There are certain maps that, are a little bit too much in one direction or the other. They're just too open field or they're too shrouded. So we did our best to pick, balanced multiplayer maps, and we're looking forward to seeing how they play out. So now it is time, guys, for the major announcement. In our tournament, we are going to have some awesome DLC, and we're proud to announce that Norsca is actually going to be in the tournament. So you guys are going to have Norsca back in action, and this will be the first place that you guys actually get to see Norsca, as well as the other DLC, which Italian Spartacus is going to talk about in a moment, in action. So we really look forward to seeing you guys. And Italian Spartacus, would you like to share a little bit about the upcoming DLC?
Yeah, so the Queen and the Crone is our new dual lord pack from Creative Assembly that has just been announced here today. We're going to be getting Hellebrand, we're going to be getting Alariel, and hopefully some other goodies as far as some regiments of renown for the High Elves, for the Dark Elves, and then some new units and hero choices across both factions. But really, who are the Queen, or who is the Queen, and who is the Crone? So the Queen is Alariel, the Ever Queen of the High Elves, and the High Elves kind of have this dual, not necessarily a monarchy, because that's a monarchy, but this dual kind of rulership about them. You have the Ever Queen housed in Averlorn, and you have the Phoenix King who is housed in Lothern. And the Ever Queen is a very important spiritual guide and spiritual figurehead of the High Elves. She's pretty much the embodiment of Aisha, one of the elf gods in the elf pantheon, the elf mandala as it's called. And really the Ever Queen is one of those last true links to the Wood Elves, because you've got the Everqueen, the embodiment of Aisha, with the High Elves, and the Wood Elves have that same embodiment of Aisha over with Ariel over on their end of the pond, as it's called. But they also have connections through the world roots and all these great things. But part of what makes Alarielle so amazing, what's going to make her so cool for this DLC, is her use of the Sisters of Averlorn. The Everqueen never leaves Averlorn without her maiden guard, her handmaidens, the Sisters of Averlorn, by her side at any given moment. They're pretty much her perpetual bodyguards. And the way we see them depicted in tabletop or in 8th edition Warhammer Fantasy is that these archers with these bows that are on fire that shoot magic arrows. So they're really, really awesome from like a centerpiece standpoint, from being this really cool visual, amazing, beautiful model, but also it's going to bring something amazing to the High Elves that they desperately need: magic shooting and AP shooting. So these are two really important things that we're going to need to see in the High Elf roster. As far as the Dark Elves go, with Hellebron, we're going to be having, you know, the Crone, the Blood Queen of Harganeth. And Harganeth itself has this really kind of crazy history where once a year they have what's called the Death Night. No, they shut the gates to the Harganeth. No rules. It's just killing, it's murder, it's thievery, it's all means of debauchery without any problem. It's all for the veneration and the worship of Cain, the god of murder, the pinnacle god of the Dark Elf Mandala. And the important thing about Hellebron is that she is probably the direct opposition to Morathi. Morathi's kind of this huge figurehead in the Dark Elf society, you know, the kind of weird relationship she has with Malekith. Then right below her, as far as importance and strength in the Dark Elf society, is Hellebron. So you're going to have this character come, or a legendary lady, as it were, these two legendary ladies, come into the map in Harganeth, and she's going to be a direct opposition to Morathi. So she's probably going to have a negative diplomacy with Morathi and probably a positive one with Malekith of the Sword. And she's probably going to be accompanied with her Sisters of Slaughter, which are basically, think of them more or less as souped up versions of Witch Elves, also known as Brides of Cain. So we're really excited here with this DLC, because the DLC is going to be introducing some of the regiments of renown for both the High Elves and the Dark Elves that you'll be able to actually witness and see in our tournament that we'll be having here on the 19th. But now that we've kind of talked about Norsca, we've talked about that DLC, let's kind of meet the players and who we'll be dealing with the most in our grand tournament.
Absolutely. So the first competitor we're going to be talking about today is the Gobbo King. So for any of you guys who don't know the Gobbo King, he has a competitive Total War Warhammer channel, and he is absolutely the scourge of multiplayer. You can always find him on tournaments on the weekend, bringing the little WoW out and, you know, having a good old time. So he's also prepared a trailer for you guys, which is definitely, definitely some good stuff. So here it is, guys, and enjoy it.
Boss, the lads grow restless. They want to know what we're gonna do, what the plan is.
I'll tell you what the plan is. We're gonna smash him, and gash him, and crush him, and dash him, and slash him, and bash him, and lash him, and thrash him, and slash him, and gash him. And if we lose, we'll pretend we was never there.
All right, now that we've talked about Gobbo King, let's go in our next competitor, Black Iron Battles. So Black Iron Battles also hosts a competitive Total War Warhammer 2 YouTube channel, in which case he showcases a great deal of greenskin gameplay. That's probably his favorite faction to play. In addition to Total War Warhammer 2, he plays a great deal of Blood Bowl 2. In fact, he's actually our commissioner across our community for the Blood Bowl 2 leagues that he runs. So without further ado, let's show how Black Iron Battles is going to bring the war.
Black Iron, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women. I am Black Iron Battles, risen from the ashes to compete in the Everchosen Invitational. I hope you are ready for the war!
All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that trailer, and I definitely think it would be fun at some point during the tournament to have like Black Iron Battles and Gobbo King have like a WoW-off.
Oh my god.
That'd be pretty good. Yeah, that would be pretty glorious. But anyways, The next competitor we're going to be talking about is Janet on Occasion. So for any of you guys who haven't seen Janet, he also has a Total War Warhammer 2 channel, and he does mostly quick battles. But what's really awesome about his videos is he actually does really good cinematic cuts, definitely much better than my lazy edits, and it's really solid. But the true glory of Janet on Occasion is his voice. He just has this this smooth radio voice. It's truly magical. And for any of you guys who haven't seen it, make sure to go check him out, and we'll definitely have a link to his channel below. And without further ado, he's made a little introduction to introduce himself to you guys, and here we go.
Hey guys, I'm Janet on Occasion, and today we're doing a trailer. I've only got about 30 seconds, so I need to sum up quickly. So, what do I do on my channel? Total War Warhammer 2 battle replays, with cinematic shots, so you can see people getting disemboweled, which is always great. I also do campaign lore plays, basically putting the campaign into context with loads of fluff, which is great. Also, I do MISC. I mean, I do other stuff. I mean, I get bored easily, so I just do other things. But I try and have fun with it, and hopefully that comes across. So, yeah, I guess that about sums it up. So, I guess I'll see you there. Or not, no pressure.
Truly a magic radio voice indeed. And guys, also something else I would like to bring up is that Janet on Occasion, I think, is actually the only representative from the UK and Europe. So for any of you guys watching from the UK in that general area, he will most likely be your champion. So the next individual we're going to be talking about is Gojira Gaming. So Gojira and I go way back. We used to play a lot of quick battles together, and he's also been my eternal nemesis in Blood Bowl. So every game we play, it's always like a draw or an extremely just brutal showdown. And that goes for pretty much every game we play. Definitely a very talented Total War Warhammer 2 player. And he's also going to be starting a channel relatively soon. He has a couple of videos up right now, but he just got a new computer and microphone. So he's going to be someone to keep an eye on. So he has also made a trailer for himself and his channel. So without further ado, here it is.
Let the hate flow through you.
And without further ado, the man that needs no introduction, the largest YouTuber on our list with the most subscribers, over 65 million, it's Professor Pone. Now, Turin, what exactly makes Professor Pone and not Dr. Pone?
Well, you guys may be asking yourself, what are kind of the general themes and what does he offer on his channel? Well, if you guys are looking for really in-depth music playlists, that is the place to go. But all jokes aside, Professor Pone has been a member of our Total War Warhammer 2 community and one for quite a long time. He's known for stream sniping YouTubers. So anytime, myself, Gabo King, Janet, Black Iron Battles, Italian Spartacus, I don't know if he sniped you, but he's always waiting.
All right. He sniped me all right.
It'll just be complete silence, right? You just kind of the eerie silence around you. And all of a sudden, as soon as you queue up for a battle, he's like your first 2 or 3 battles. So if you're looking for some hot shot action, Professor Pone is your guy.
All right, good to know. I'm glad that Professor Pone is holding down the music arena. So Turin, we've got a couple more competitors here, I think 3 more. Who's up next on our list?
Absolutely. So the next competitor we're going to be talking about today is the mighty Dov Plays.
Hey guys, I'm Dov, and I'm honored to have been selected for the Everchosen Invitational. As a longtime fan of the Total War franchise, I have played every single Total War, from Shogun, the original, up until the present day. I'm a big fan of the franchise, and I'm honored to have been selected. On my channel, you can primarily find knowledge. Knowledge is the key to victory, so I go through knowledge, tactics, analysis, and plenty more fun, such as things like this.
So the next competitor we're going to talk about is Jonton of Total Brohammer. So Jonton also runs a YouTube channel, which I said before is called Total Brohammer, and he is a very, very competitive player. Much like the Gabo King, you can regularly find him in tournaments. And the one thing I really like to say about Jonton is he is a masterful Empire player. In the days of old, when Empire went through some hard times and a couple nerfs very early on, he stuck with them. I think in Total War Warhammer 1, he had I can't remember what he told me, but I think it was like 700 or 800 Empire games in a row. Just something really absurd like that. He just played a ton of Empire games. But since then, in Total War Warhammer 2, he's branched out, but of course the Empire will always be his favorite. So hopefully you guys enjoy seeing Jonton in the tournament. And now I'm going to hand it over to Spartacus to talk about our last competitor.
Yeah, so let's talk about Lore Master of Sotek. Another fellow Lore Master on this list. Although everyone does know about lore, no one quite knows about it as much as Lore Master of Sotek.
Hey, Chloe, why are we called the Lore Master of Sotek? What's that? Look at the bed. Gosh, that's a lot of army books. Look at the table. What? We do painting and modeling too? Look behind me. Oh my gosh, we've got Black Library books, we've got End Times books, we've got all sorts of books. What are we going to do with all these books? Make lore videos, have a good community. We even have a Twitch channel where we play video games. And of course, we've got the best dog. We've got the best dog. So come by and say hi to us, folks. That's all for today. I have to shut up now. Bye.
Now that we've covered all of our grand contestants, Turn's going to go over some of the final details of the tournament.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed those trailers. And again, the tournament will be this Saturday, May 19th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And something else we haven't mentioned yet in this video is there's going to be a pretty substantial prize pool. So for first place, it's going to be a $500 USD cash prize. Second place will be $350, and third place will be $150. So in total, we're going to have $1,000 in cash prizes for our competitors. It's definitely going to up the ante a little bit. So I'm really looking forward to it. On top of that, we're going to be doing some giveaways to the individuals watching the stream. We're going to be doing some raffles for the Total War Warhammer 2 Collector's Edition. So we have a couple copies here at the good old office. So make sure to stay tuned during the stream for those raffles. And aside from that, Italian Spartacus is going to close things out with some final details.
Yep, so just to reiterate here on everything, guys, this is going to be the first time you're going to see the Crone and the Queen of the Crone DLC in action, and to see Norsca coming back into the game, and to see all the 30th anniversary Regiments of Renown in the game, and then whatever Regiments of Renown we get from the DLC, and whatever new units we get from the DLC. So this is going to be a pretty jam-packed time, and we're going to go through hopefully as much of this as we can, as much as the contestants want to show off, or the competitors want to show off. So just want to give another final shout out here to Creative Assembly for the early access into the DLC, as well as the future Norsca update, as well as the thanks to all of our community members that will be joining us so we can throw this one grand tournament, the Everchosen Invitational. But thanks for watching here today, guys. Have a good one and take care.
See you guys on Saturday.